There is one action you can take right now that will change everything. Not gradually, not over time, immediately. The moment you do this, people will sense something different about you. They will not be able to name it. They will not understand why, but they will feel it in their bones, and their entire approach to you will shift. This is not theory. This is not motivation. This is a psychological trigger that Niccolo Machiavelli identified 500 years ago, a trigger that separates those who command respect from those who beg for it. Tonight, you learn what that action is, and once you take it, there is no going back, because the person who emerges on the other side is someone the world has no choice but to treat differently. The revelation, what Machiavelli discovered about human nature. Machiavelli spent his life studying power. He watched princes rise and fall. He observed diplomats, generals, merchants, and thieves. He dissected every interaction like a scientist dissects a specimen, and in all his observations, he found one constant truth that governed how people respond to each other. People do not respect what they can access easily. They respect what they cannot reach. This is the foundation of everything. The moment something becomes easily available, it loses value in the human mind. The moment someone becomes too accessible, too eager, too available, they become common. And what is common is never respected. Think about the people in your life who command the most respect, the ones who walk into a room and everyone pays attention, the ones whose words carry weight, the ones who never seem to chase anyone or anything. What do they all have in common? Distance, mystery, unavailability. They are not desperate for your approval. They are not constantly available. They do not explain themselves to everyone. They exist on a level that feels just slightly out of reach. And because of that distance, people want their attention. People seek their approval. People treat them like they matter. Now think about the people no one respects, the ones who are always available, the ones who answer every call immediately, the ones who say yes to everything, the ones who bend over backward to please everyone. What happens to them? They get taken for granted. They get used. They get dismissed. Not because they are bad people, but because they violated the fundamental law of human psychology. They made themselves too available. They removed all mystery. They became predictable. And predictable is the enemy of respect. This is what you must understand. Respect is not earned through effort. Respect is earned through scarcity. The less accessible you are, the more valuable you become. And there is one action, one simple shift in behavior, that creates this scarcity instantly. Stop being available. That is it. That is the secret. Stop being so goddamn available to everyone. The action. Withdraw your presence strategically. Here is what most people do wrong. They think being a good person means being accessible. They think being helpful means being available. They think building relationships means always being there. So they answer every text immediately. They pick up every call. They say yes to every request. They make time for everyone who asks. And in doing so, they destroy their own value. Because when you are always there, you become background noise. When you always say yes, your yes means nothing. When you are always accessible, people stop appreciating your presence. The action you must take is simple, but it will feel wrong at first. You must withdraw, not completely, not permanently, but strategically. You must create space between yourself and others. You must become less available, less predictable, less eager. This is not about being rude. This is not about ignoring people. This is about reclaiming your value by making your time and attention rare. Let messages go unanswered for hours, sometimes days. Not because you are playing games, but because you have things that matter more than immediate responses. Let calls go to voicemail. Call back when it is convenient for you, not when it is convenient for them. Stop saying yes to every invitation. Decline without explanation. Your time is not a democracy where everyone gets a vote. Stop being the person who is always free. Be busy. Be engaged in things that matter to you. Be unavailable. When you do this, something remarkable happens. The people who took you for granted suddenly notice your absence. The ones who barely acknowledged you when you were always around suddenly wonder where you are. The ones who treated you like an option suddenly realize you might not be available at all. And that realization creates something powerful. It creates desire. It creates curiosity. It creates respect. This is dark psychology at its most fundamental level. You are not changing who you are. You are changing how accessible you are. And that single change rewires how people perceive your value. Scarcity creates demand, always. In economics, in relationships, in every human interaction. The rare is always more valuable than the abundant. So make yourself rare. Why this works. The psychology of scarcity and value. Let me explain exactly what happens in the human brain when you withdraw your availability. There is a principle called reactance theory. When people feel they are losing access to something, they want it more. When you are always available, there is no fear of loss. You are a constant. You are guaranteed. And the human mind does not value guarantees. It values possibilities it might lose. The moment you become unavailable, you trigger loss aversion. People start to worry. What if they need you and you are not there? What if they lose access to you completely? What if someone else gets your time and attention instead? These questions create anxiety, and anxiety creates action. Suddenly, they reach out more. They make more effort. They value your time because they realize it is limited. This is not manipulation. This is understanding human nature and refusing to violate it. You have been trained to be available. Society rewards availability, but society lies. The most successful people, the most respected people, the most desired people, they are all incredibly selective with their time. They do not answer to everyone. They do not explain themselves. They do not make themselves easily accessible. And because of that, people treat them like royalty. Think about someone you deeply respect. Can you text them anytime and get an immediate response? Probably not. Can you call them whenever you want and have a casual conversation? Probably not. Can you demand their time and expect them to drop everything? Absolutely not. Their unavailability is part of what makes them respectable. It signals that their time is valuable, that they have priorities, that not everyone gets access to them, and that selectivity makes you want their time even more. Now apply this to yourself. When you are always available, what message do you send? You send the message that you have nothing better to do, that your time is not valuable, that anyone can access you whenever they want. And people believe that message. They treat you accordingly. They take you for granted because you have shown them they can. But when you withdraw, when you become selective, when you create space, you send a different message entirely. You signal that your time is valuable, that you have priorities that matter more than constant availability, that access to you is a privilege, not a right. And people respond to that signal with respect. The transformation. What happens when you become unavailable? Let me paint the picture of what your life looks like after you take this action. You stop responding to messages immediately. Hours pass, sometimes a full day. When you finally respond, you are brief. You do not apologize for the delay. You do not explain where you were. You simply respond and move on. At first, people are confused. They are used to instant responses. They might even feel slightly offended. Good. That discomfort is the beginning of their reprogramming. You stop saying yes to every invitation. Someone asks you to hang out. You check your schedule. You have things planned. You decline. No lengthy explanation, no apology, just a simple no. They are surprised. You have never said no before, but you say it now. And you say it without guilt. You stop being the person who rearranges their life to accommodate everyone else. Your time is your time. People work around your schedule now, not the other way around. You stop being emotionally available to everyone who wants to vent. Someone comes to you with their problems. You listen for a moment, then you set a boundary. You cannot talk right now. You have something you need to focus on. Maybe later, maybe never. Their emergency is not automatically your emergency. And when you enforce this boundary, something shifts. They stop treating you like their emotional dumping ground. They start respecting your energy. You stop chasing. You stop initiating every conversation. You stop being the one who always reaches out first. You let relationships exist in their natural state. And you notice something interesting. Some people fade away. They were only there because you were doing all the work. Good, let them go. They were energy vampires feeding on your effort. But others step up. They start reaching out to you, they start making effort, they start valuing you because you stopped making yourself freely available. Within weeks, the change is visible. People treat you differently. They are more respectful when they speak to you. They are more appreciative when you give them your time. They stop making demands and start making requests. They stop taking you for granted and start recognizing your value. And you did not have to fight for this respect. You did not have to demand it. You simply withdrew your constant availability and let scarcity do the work, the resistance you will face when people fight your boundaries. Here is what you need to prepare for. Not everyone will accept your transformation. Some people benefited from your over-availability. They used you. They took advantage of your eagerness to please. And when you withdraw that access, they will resist. They will test you. They will try to guilt you back into your old patterns. They will say you have changed. You are different now. You are not the same person. And they are right. You are not the same person. You are better. You are someone who values themselves. But they will frame this as a negative. They will make you feel like you are being selfish, like you are abandoning them, like you are becoming cold. This is manipulation. Do not fall for it. Others will try the passive-aggressive approach. They will make comments about how you are too busy now, how you do not have time for anyone anymore, how you must think you are too good for them. These are tests. They are trying to shame you back into over-availability. Do not take the bait. Do not explain yourself. Do not apologize for having boundaries. Simply continue operating within your new framework. Let them be uncomfortable. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Some will try to create emergencies. Suddenly everything is urgent. They need you right now. It cannot wait. This is especially true for people who are used to having unlimited access to you. They will manufacture crises to see if they can still pull you away from your priorities. Test these emergencies. Most of them are not real. Most of them can wait. And the ones that are truly urgent will reveal themselves without manipulation. The key is consistency. Do not withdraw your availability and then cave when someone pushes back. Because if you cave, you teach them that your boundaries are negotiable. You teach them that if they push hard enough, you will return to being over-available. And then you are right back where you started. Worse, actually. Because now they know you tried to set boundaries and failed. And failure makes you look weak. Stay firm. Maintain your unavailability. Let people be upset. Let them complain. Let them call you selfish. Their opinion of your boundaries does not matter. What matters is that you are finally valuing yourself the way you deserve to be valued. And the people who truly respect you will adjust. They will learn to work within your boundaries. They will appreciate your time more because they realize it is limited. And the ones who do not adjust, they eliminate themselves. And that is a gift. The deeper principle. Respect is never given freely. There is a harsh truth buried in all of this. People do not respect you because you are kind. They do not respect you because you are helpful. They do not respect you because you are always there. People respect scarcity. People respect boundaries. People respect those who value themselves enough to not be available to everyone. Machiavelli understood this completely. He wrote that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But there is a middle ground he also recognized. It is better to be respected than to be taken for granted. And respect comes from maintaining distance, from being selective, from making people work for your time and attention. This goes against everything you have been taught. You have been told that good people are selfless, that good people sacrifice for others, that good people are always available when someone needs them. These ideas sound beautiful, but they are designed to make you exploitable. They are designed to keep you accessible to people who drain you. They are designed to prevent you from protecting your own energy and time. The truth is that the people who are most respected are the most protective of their time. They say no often. They are unavailable frequently. They do not apologize for having priorities. And because they operate this way, people treat them with reverence. People make appointments to see them. People prepare before speaking with them. People appreciate every moment they get because those moments are rare. You can have that same respect, but you have to be willing to be unavailable. You have to be willing to disappoint people who expect constant access. You have to be willing to let some people think you are selfish or cold or distant, because their perception of you is less important than your actual quality of life. And your quality of life improves dramatically when you stop being available to everyone and start being selective about who gets your time. The final instruction. How to implement this starting now. You do not need to announce this change. You do not need to tell people you are becoming less available. You simply start doing it. Today, right now. There is a message in your phone that you have not answered. Do not answer it yet. Let it sit. Let hours pass. Let them wonder. There is a call you feel obligated to return. Do not return it immediately. Return it when it is convenient for you. There is an invitation you would normally say yes to, even though you do not want to go. Say no. No explanation. Just no. Start small if you need to. Delay responses by an hour, then 2 hours, then half a day. Stop being the person who responds in 30 seconds. Be the person who responds when they have time. Stop accepting every invitation. Decline 1 out of every 3, then 1 out of every 2. Train people that you are not automatically available. Make them adjust to your schedule instead of you adjusting to theirs. Practice saying no without explanation. This is critical. When you over-explain, you signal that you feel guilty, that you think you need to justify your boundaries. You do not. No is a complete sentence. Someone asks for your time. You are not available. That is the end of the discussion. Do not create elaborate excuses. Do not apologize. Simply state that you are not available and move on. Protect your energy ruthlessly. If someone drains you, limit your exposure to them. If someone only contacts you when they need something, stop being available when they call. If someone does not respect your time, stop giving them access to it. Your energy is finite. Your time is finite. You have spent too long giving these resources to people who do not appreciate them. That ends now. Watch what happens. Within days, you will notice a shift. People will be more careful with how they approach you. They will be more respectful of your time. They will stop making assumptions about your availability. Within weeks, the change becomes dramatic. People who took you for granted will reach out more intentionally. People who barely noticed you will suddenly pay attention. People who treated you like an option will start treating you like a priority. And the most powerful part, you did not have to fight for this. You did not have to argue. You did not have to prove yourself. You simply withdrew your constant availability. You made yourself scarce. And scarcity created value, just like Machiavelli said it would. Your new reality begins now. This is not a temporary strategy. This is a permanent shift in how you operate. You are no longer the person who is always available. You are no longer the person who says yes to everything. You are no longer the person who gives unlimited access to everyone. You are someone who values their time, someone who protects their energy, someone who understands that respect is earned through scarcity, not through availability. People will treat you differently because you are different. You have taken the action that changes everything. You have withdrawn your presence strategically. And in doing so, you have triggered the psychological response that creates respect. From this moment forward, you operate from a position of scarcity. Your time is valuable. Your attention is limited. Your presence is a privilege. If this message has shifted something in your understanding, if you recognize that you have been too available for too long, if you are ready to reclaim your value through strategic unavailability, leave a comment with the words, "I am scarce now." Let it mark the moment you stop being taken for granted. Subscribe and turn on notifications because this is just the beginning of your transformation into someone the world cannot help but respect. Do this once. Watch how everything changes. Go.